Today I'm going to be listing 22 reasons on why I left my DSP at Amazon. So I have my notes right here. I'm going to start off in no particular order and reading them. Number 1, packages never ready on time, therefore late start. So for me, we worked 4 days out of the week. 2 out of those 4 days were always sitting there waiting. It was either just me or the whole entire team. And with that, you're supposed to have 20 minutes to load your van. We were waiting past that. We were getting late starts, and it just caused more problems on out there. Now, if it was me personally waiting on my packages still, what they would have me do is drive out of the wave, come back around, and pull off to the side, and they'd bring my carts to me.
So is that so everybody else can get out the way?
That's so everyone else can line up and keep on going about their day. But now I'm over here making extra driving time, having to go further out for walking, and then eventually load up my van, which just wastes so much time. It really does. Every minute counts at Amazon, and I'm just like, dang, dude, now I gotta wait longer. Number 2, GPS was ridiculous at navigating stops. If you work at Amazon, you already know how the freaking Amazon Flex app is. It will loop the loop and pull. It will send you on the freeway just so you can do a U-turn and come back. I've had that happen. And it'll have you go from house to house, right, consistently. And then all of a sudden, it'll have you backtrack to one that you just passed and then go back your way. I'm just like, all right, well, whatever. Number 3, too many extra packages that wasn't on my itinerary. So itinerary is just replace that with list. I would finish my day of work. I pull up in the last bag and I got an extra 6 packages that are not on my list on my phone. So what do you have to do? You have to pick them up if they're in your area because they're going to want you to deliver them. If not, if you get lucky, if they're in different cities and all that, you can just bring it back to the station. But more times than not, it was in my area and I had to deliver it. Sometimes it's places that you've already been at, even the exact same home that you've been at, it was just missed during the, I guess, when they were loading up your...
So that's the warehouse's fault?
I really don't know. I can't say whose fault it is because I've never worked in the warehouse. But if you guys know, let me know in the comment section. Number 4, EDV vans couldn't handle country routes. So tops, I think you're getting 140 miles on those new EDV vans, which they're really nice, by the way. But the only thing is it's so hot here in Texas that AC does not work. So you go out there in the country, you're having a good day. Next thing you know, you got 10 miles left. And you're stuck on the side of the freeway calling your dispatcher to get your truck towed back. That's happened. I've seen it happen. It hasn't happened to me. Luckily, what I do is I'll just leave the AC off entirely because if you're out there in the country and you leave it on, you're wasting miles. They're trying to figure out what to do about that because maybe that's a problem they didn't think about. But yeah, that's happening a lot. Number 5, it's dogs versus your ass cheeks. So you'll know real quick that dogs are out there especially in the country, they're loose. They're out there to destroy and get them butt cheeks, man. They're out there to get it. Like, I've had to run away from a German Shepherd. They'll come at the most surprising times too. I do everything that I can do. Like, I will get out, scan the area, look around, and next thing you know, and then I have their package, right? This is I'm like swinging the package out there so I don't get bit in the ass. Number 6, bad connection in the country. You get Motorola $50 phones, and for some reason, most of those devices cannot handle the country route. I mean, pretty much any device struggles out there, but for some reason, I have to switch to my personal phone to get my work done sometimes because the rabbits will be so bad and you can't get your job done. Number 7, engine off compliance is a joke. So with engine off compliance, you go to every stop, you turn off the vehicle, go deliver the package, come back in, turn it on, and then keep going. They monitor that as well. So if you leave your van on and the whole day, you'll get a phone call talking about, hey man, you need to make sure you turn off your vehicle. You're not following the engine off compliance. I'm like, dude, really, dude?
That's over 100 times.
I think it's because they want to save gas. At first, I thought it was more for safety reasons. That's what I thought. I thought people were probably like leaving it in drive and then going into somebody's house. But what it is, what I hear, it's gas. They just want to save gas, which is pretty sad. Number 8, unpredictable routes. One day you're in the city, next day you're in the country. My DSP has some pretty crappy routes. And whenever you work at Amazon, you're going to figure out if you like the areas that you're doing or not. When you're new, they'll put you anywhere and everywhere, just wherever they need you. Even if you've been there a while, you still have a high chance of just being somewhere you've never been. and you got to relearn everything. So for instance, I'll have a good day where I'm in residentials, and the next day I might get all apartments and I'm confused, and the following day I might be in a whole different area with just country. It's very unpredictable. Number 9, my DSP leads and dispatches were goofs. The phone that they gave me did not work whatsoever. It didn't even have the Amazon Flex app. So it was in the morning, we were getting ready to go and load up our trucks, and I was like, hey man, I don't have the Amazon Flex app and it won't let me download it. What do I do? Yeah, just keep trying, maybe it will. Didn't work. Went back to him. I was like, still not working. Got another phone for me? No. I'm like, well, what do we do about this? I don't know. Are you serious? You don't know what to tell me? I don't know what to tell you. You're the lead. So I had to use my personal phone for the rest of that day. Number 10, driver support is a waste of time. So anytime you have to call driver support, 20 minutes minimum. At least for me, that's what it always happened. I'm over there calling, pushing number 1 for English, and then I gotta push number 1. I think 1 for
I think it was 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, she even knows the numbers because I've had to call them numerous times. Very bad. It's a waste of time. And then whenever you do get in contact with them, hopefully they can solve your problem, because there's times where they couldn't. I'm like, now I really don't know what to do. Number 11, you get judged by everything, even when it's not your fault. So example, I delivered to a house one time. The delivery note said to deliver under a bench, and there was another Amazon package there delivered by UPS. I followed the notes, but as I was walking back to the car, the lady came out and was like, hey, why didn't you follow the instructions? I'm like, I did. That package was delivered by UPS, right? And she was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I saw the Amazon box. I thought it was from you. I was cool with it, but imagine if she didn't come out and she wanted to complain that that box wasn't under the bench.
That goes against you.
That goes against me because we get customer ratings after every stop. So that's just another thing to look out for. Number 12, work phones don't last more than 4 hours. So on a full charge, you can expect about a little over 4 hours from the Motorola $50 phones. More times than not, if you're gonna be working past 4 hours, they'll give you a battery pack. Hopefully they give you a battery pack. My DSP will forget it sometimes, and for the charger won't work. So if that happens, you got to use your personal phone. Be expected to have a battery pack plugged in with a wire hanging out of you. Number 13, Flex app crashes on me. So yeah, the Flex app, whether I'm on my iPhone or I'm on an Android, the Flex app will crash. There's an instance one time where I loaded it back up and everything was gone. I was in the middle of my route and I was scared as heck. I was like, dude.
So just gone. Like,
everything was gone. I was like, I still have half my route here. What do I do? So I called. Luckily, I was able to get it back on me and able to finish my route, because you've seen what happened on the video that I quit. All my other stops had deleted. I have 39 stops. Right? This is not 39 stops. When I logged in this morning, even when I left, it said I had 134. When there's no connection and you can't get your route back. Number 14, DSP didn't care about our concerns. So I had a concern one time about a certain area that it wanted everything to go to one location, to like the same address that it kept taking me to. But as I get there, it's not the same number on the box. What had happened was it was just messed up. So I would have to go to that area, hit that I'm parked, and to go drive around and look for the actual address. I did that for about 20 times. You could turn your data off to get everything done, but still, waste of time. It was something I was very concerned about. I was like, well, this sucks. I hope nobody else has to go through this. Next day I went to work. I let them know, my DSP. They're like, yeah, it happens. Just figure it out. You'll be all right.
Like that?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? I was like, well, all right, I guess. So that just lets me know that they don't care at the end of the day. DSP cried every single morning about infractions, but didn't provide any incentives. 32 weeks straight, we hit Fantastic Plus, or whatever they call, I don't know what they call it, Fantastic Super Plus. It was 32 weeks straight. What did we see? Not a thing. We didn't see no bonus, no nothing. Whenever we didn't hit that 33rd week of Fantastic Plus, guess what? They were on our ass. Oh yeah, I need to make sure that y'all driving good, y'all passing too many stop signs, passing all these red lights, not following customer notes. They hit you with everything, and guess what? They do that daily. So much that you just know what they're gonna say during the meetings. And it's like, half the time I wasn't even at the meeting. I'll clock in and I'm already waiting by my van, just ready to go in and get work started. There's no incentive, so especially like for someone new that probably just like doesn't care about the job, they're like, dude, why you got telling me all this stuff? I ain't finna follow that. I'm finna do me, right? But if you had an incentive and they're like, well, you would get a little bit extra money. Money talks, right? So people are gonna listen and try to follow those rules. But yeah, if you're just yapping every day in my ear, they're just gonna get annoyed by it, and they're probably not gonna care. Most people don't care. Number 16, it's rare that you have a normal day. So that goes back to one of the early ones. You never know what to expect. You get country route one day, city route the next. You could find yourself calling driver support more times than not. You could be in an Amazon locker where it's full, so now you're gonna have to bring every package back. Or if you're in an apartment, you have to deliver it door to door. It's not gonna be normal. You're not gonna just show up, get your packages on time, go out there, deliver to just houses only, nothing else, and not get attacked by dogs and go back home. You're just not gonna have that. It's so rare that it happens. Number 17, if you don't perform to their standards, you're gonna be on standby. I had a buddy that we got hired together, and he was just a little bit more slower than me. He was learning. He was new. He had never done delivery driving before, and I can understand when it's new to you. Even a nursery route's very hard. It's because there's so much crap that you got to figure out on your own there that even training is not going to tell you.
Not enough. Yeah,
it's not enough. So you're going to have to go out there and learn. It was a little over 2 weeks. It was coming from 30 minutes. It was a 30-minute drive to work. He would show up and they're like, hey man, stand by. We might need you, but if not, you're just going to load up trucks and we're going to send you back home. Have a good day.
After 2 hours.
Yeah, after 2 hours of pay. And that happened a lot. I would see him pissed off. Right, like arms crossed, like nodding his head because he wanted to work, but they kept sending him home. And that sucks, man, because like you expect to work. Like what job? I mean, I'm trying to think. Like FedEx Express didn't do that. I didn't show up to work and they just sent me home unless I was
had something to do.
Yeah, unless I was doing something really, really wrong. But here, if you're not performing to their standards, they're gonna have you on standby and just send you on your way. Number 18, dispatchers didn't know how to dispatch. So what I mean by that is there was an instance where I was a rescue route and they had me just going around relieving people from all the stress they had that day. I was taking 2 of their totes and delivering it in their area. There was times where the dispatcher is sending me so far out, it is insane. I even had a time where he sent me out and I was waiting there. I'm like, I'm here, and he just sent me to another address. I was
completely
like,
different.
Yeah, completely different. It was a 30-minute drive, and then he sent me 30 minutes somewhere else. He was like, never mind, go do this instead. I'm like, dude, I was so much closer to the other area. I could have just got that done. So I was like, all right, whatever. Number 19, leads will talk to you on their day off. So they had a system set up of ops leads, dispatchers, and then drivers. So we had leads and I had no idea until one day on my day off, I get a message saying, hey, this is so-and-so, your lead. You need to make sure that you're performing better on these tasks. He was like, perform better on picture on delivery, that you're following customer notes 100% of the time, yada, yada, yada. And the whole time I was baffled because I didn't even know that we had leads. It was never spoken to of that. And I'm talking about already 2 months into work.
And never met the person either?
Never met the person. He never introduced himself. He never let me know he was his lead. So what I do, I left the chat. I was like, screw you, buddy. It's my day off. I ain't finna listen. And he still never said anything. Never said anything after that. So I was like, that's how serious they take it, right? So I'm going to take it as serious as they want to take it. Number 20 is the easy one. No growth. So you'll probably see yourself as a lead or a dispatcher. That's about it. And you're not moving forward because you're with the DSP and there's only so much they can provide you since you don't work under Amazon. You just work for them. Number 21, dispatchers, hard to reach. They wanted us to use a certain app called GroupMe for everyone to use. You would see everyone's message. If someone was having a bad day, you were reading it. I was laughing half the time when something was going on because you could relate so much with all these drivers. There was an instance where I needed them immediately. I sent a GroupMe message, nothing. I called the dispatch number, straight to voicemail. I'm calling a lead on his day off,
and nothing.
Straight to voicemail. Like, of course he's not gonna answer. So I had to just keep blowing up the GroupMe messages till they finally reached back to me. Dude, if y'all have a dispatch number, answer the phone. It might be something important. Like,
yeah.
You're a dispatcher for a reason. I understand that it could get overwhelming and busy because there's so many drivers and one dispatcher.
Is
But
it just one dispatcher?
I mean, I was sending messages, firing them left and right, and I was getting nothing back. I thought they were asleep, maybe. I'm giving y'all 5 minutes. If not, I'm bringing my truck back.
Hey.
I'm bringing my truck back, and that's what I did. And I would pull up. What are they doing? They're on their laptop watching videos, and I'm like,
So the messages are probably just coming in like this.
and they're on their phone. I mean, they're on their computer just like watching YouTube videos and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I need to get out of here. 22, this is the funniest one. I seen the boss man, our boss that runs the whole thing, one time ever. And it was so random. He pulled up, nice Mercedes Benz. He had his wife with him. They had nice collared shirts, slacks on and everything.
Dressed down and all.
Dressed down to the T. And I didn't know who it was at first. Who the hell is this? He comes in like, all right, this is our boss, so-and-so. I'm like, all right. First thing he says is, man, y'all costing me money, man. Y'all costing me money, man. Y'all keep messing up. I'm gonna have to let y'all go. He just said straight up like that, too. And I was like, damn. I was like, well, give me my keys, bro. I got to get to work. Because I got to get to work, not you. You ain't got to worry about all this crap. I mean, he runs the business.
Yeah, but I bet you he's never been behind the wheel doing it.
He should. That'd be fun. All the bosses should get behind the wheel for at least 2 weeks so they get a good feel about it.
Yep.
Because, man, this job can get the best of you sometimes. I know there's a lot of people in the comment section that I'll see. They're like, dude, you're weak. You're just weak. I'm like, no, man. It's like I try my best out here. And, like, I'm trying to work. But the system that they have set up and the AI prevents you sometimes for even getting the smallest things done, because this job is supposed to be easy. This is why they have it set up for anyone to get hired, because all you have to do at the end of the day is follow that device. If you follow that device,
it should be an easy day.
It should be an easy day, right? That's why they don't want to make it more reliable for somebody. They give you different routes every single day, because if they gave one route to one particular person, then that person becomes reliable.
Right.
And they don't want that. They just want new drivers coming in and out, doing it for a little bit, and then getting on out. That's like their motto. But yeah, I don't agree with it, but it's working for them, honestly. There's so many drivers out there now, and the business is just growing. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. So those are my 22 reasons on why I don't work here no more. If you have a reason that you want to put in there, let me know. If you think I'm just crying, let me know. I don't think I am. It takes a lot for me to get up and leave. I was planning on working here for a while. I was gonna do it. I knew that there was no opportunities than being a driver, but I was trying to save up money for my school. I'm going to CDL school soon, but I couldn't bear to do it anymore. I couldn't handle any of the problems that happened on a daily basis. So, like, it's not like these happen just once. They happen
like
frequently. And she was here to hear it all. Like, every day I was calling her. I was like, man, like, I'm gonna be out here late again because so and so happened, then that happened, and it's just like I could have kept going. But even with all that stuff, I was still getting back before a lot of other people. I was still finishing at a good time. So it's crazy. We were guaranteed to work, guaranteed paid 9 hours, and I was always finishing between about 6 hours. It would take me about 6 hours to finish my route. Not 6 hours. It would take me about 5 hours to finish my route.
About 5.5, yeah.
It would take me about 5 hours to finish my route, and I was on the clock for about 6. So, I mean, that was probably the biggest benefit, is that I was getting off way earlier than anticipated. But it wasn't worth all that. It wasn't worth all that.
It's too much stress, also.
So. But other than that, that's gonna do it. You guys have a good one. Stay safe as always, and I'll see you next time. Peace.